What's up everybody, Rowan from Radical Electric Bikes here with you today. We're going to be doing a review of the Kinekt Seat Post rear suspension system. This is made by a company called Cirrus Cycles. I would like to make a big shout out and thank you for them to send this to us to review and show the e-bike community, as well as those who have not stepped onto an electric bike yet and still have either a road or regular mountain bike that they still love to ride and might be looking for something that can soften up the load a bit. That's what this product is made for. This is a independent suspension system that just goes into the post. This is a 23.5-inch diameter post. You tell them what your size is when you're ordering yours. I believe the aluminum version of this, that's what this one is, was for $249, and then the carbon fiber version is $329. So you can go a little bit lighter or just keep it old-fashioned aluminum. It'll perform just fine. It's what I got for my bike, and it looks like it's going to be great. So let's just keep diving in since we're unboxing it. We've already gotten the step ahead, having it ahead and out of the box before we started, but it just had some cardboard protective wrapping around it just to keep it safe in transit before it got here. So moving along, we just have a simple system to look at, which is guided by these two springs and adjusted by the Allen key here, where you'll just stick it inside to turn right or left for more or less tension. Now you see the levels, the preload indicator is down at 1 for as little tension as possible, and as you move it up to 8, that will make it a little more tense. Right at the 5 point, I'm assuming that's where it will be getting tighter. We will be discovering this together as I continue this video with you. We will be taking the bike out for a test ride. We don't have an electric bike, a heavier one, unfortunately, to test with today, which is what these are really great for, because with heavier bikes that don't have suspension, your body is absorbing all that shock. I've been winded a couple of times, not on an electric bike, but on other bikes where there was like a pothole or an obstruction that I just didn't see, but just wasn't prepared for. So my wrists were able to take it, but you know, going right up into the groin area, you see where I'm going with that. So that is what connects you to a little bit more comfort. I like the selection of the product name because you obviously know where they're going with this. And yeah, it's great that way. We're just going to flip it over and show you there's also the tilt indicator for just where you're raising your seat to, and for more pointing up or down, depending on your preference. It's completely modifiable for either a mountain bike or a road bike, so it really is not exclusive to anything. It works with everything. It's great. So we're going to keep looking at the instruction manual here. I've already described basically how you install it. We will be doing an installation part of the video with this seat right here, which we've already taken the old post off of and is now good to go. But looking at the product guide, we just have a brief anatomy of not just the background of the company, Cirrus Cycles, that made it, but also the product itself. Just a nice visualization of what you're dealing with, the parts names, and it's pretty simple. It's waterproof. There's nothing to worry about here mechanically. It's going to be just fine. It's a spring system, not hydraulic, and that keeps the price down as well. There are other products out there that cost a lot more money that are hydraulic, so this is a nice compromise for price versus quality. Some frequently asked questions just going along there. Hopefully some of them I've already answered for you, but if you can see them there, they're all waiting to be read, as well as a load indicator for how much weight is too much weight. If you bottom out. So if you're starting out a little bit heavier and you're riding along, you'll have to make it a little bit tighter so that you don't drop so much. You do have to put the seat post up a little bit higher than you would normally, because you will be bouncing just a little bit as you're going along. So it only takes a few rides, I'm assuming, to get used to this. It's a pretty simple product. Since it can be thrown onto any bike, I don't see why this would be hard to get used to. It should just make everything better. So moving along, we're just going to do a time-lapse video of just throwing this seat onto it. This is off of one of my other electric bikes, but we actually just took it off to put it on the fixie because they're out of commission right now. So without further ado, let's install this onto the bike. Okay, you guys, we've got the Kinekt Seat Suspension Post set up to the seat we took off of our original post and onto the fixed gear. Since we do not have our electric bikes available to ride, we just have it set up with a regular lock and a water bottle to simulate what it's like just doing some daily riding if you're just going to your regular beach chilling session, or if you're just taking it easy somewhere else. Yeah, we were going to just take it on the grass today. No sand, obviously. This is a road bike, but it is applicable for a fat tire hardtail if you have anything like that for an e-bike, or just a regular bike that you do like to perform some tricks and stuff on the trails. It would be good for jumps and, you know, landing on the rear, because instead of absorbing all of that energy going up your spine and just being kind of a painful time, it is a lot more forgiving. Now we just have it on the first setting. We will actually go to the other side for better lighting. Yeah, it's on setting 1.75 actually. It's almost at 2, but it still gives quite a bit of forgiveness. We're just gonna press down on it lightly, and as you can see, it doesn't take that much pressure, so it really is like having a rear suspension, and it's super easy to install. As you saw earlier, we just slapped it right in. So without further ado, we're going to take it out for a ride, go over some of these trees, or through the trees, and around that bench, and also up along the road. We got the Adinak bikeway there, perfect location to take a bike out for a test ride today. So you will see the camera pointed towards more like this. We will have a better shot so you can see how it's bouncing while I'm riding. So without further ado, let's carry along with the test ride. So that concludes today's review of the Kinekt Seat Suspension Post. We took it over as much terrain as we could today that was kind of close to going onto a trail or some gravel road, as you saw earlier in the test ride. But we tuned it just about halfway to level 5 there, just because you wanted to see how it would perform about halfway and go from there. We didn't adjust it too much more because, to be honest, I didn't need to do it. It was exactly the way I needed it to be left at. So if you want it to be a little bouncier, like you saw earlier when I was riding it in the first segment of the video, that'll be on setting 1, and just move it all the way up to 5, and you'll see the difference yourself when you order your own. Again, this is the aluminum version, so this is for $249.99. Then there's the carbon fiber version for $329.99. And yeah, thanks, a big shout out again to Kinekt, Cirrus Cycles, for sending this to me to review and show the e-bike community how this can help out with their heavier bikes, because, you know, e-bikes can be a little heavier than your regular road bike here. This one's only like maybe 30 pounds, if that. So yeah, it's a classic fixed gear, nothing too much special to say there, but it worked very well with my riding style, just going over some, you know, kind of like community bumps, nothing too crazy. We will do more video reviews of this seat post on other bikes that will be able to accommodate the same size, unless I just get a different one, because I am interested in the carbon fiber. That's a pretty cool one, and that's pretty self-explanatory. It's just carbon fiber instead of aluminum. So a little bit of a price point difference there, but the quality is all in the same. Again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this review, subscribe, like, and leave a comment for any questions you may have below. I'm happy to answer them, and I'm always there 24/7 to help you with any build questions that you may have. For example, this bike is going to be turned into an e-bike eventually. It's going to be converted. We're going to put a rear hub on it and make it all special. It's already got some things going for it. I've had this bike for many years, and that's a video I look forward to making, so stay tuned for that. Until then, thank you again for watching, and see you next time.